Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back to the Complete Husband's Handbook podcast. My name is Daniel, and today we're going to be talking about something that's, it's a bit gloomy, but there's hope. And we're going to be talking about depression. Now, a lot of men out there are going to say, "Oh, I'm not depressed. Oh, I feel fine, and I'm okay, and, I'm living the dream." All that's a lie. Everybody gets depressed. There was a report out done by the National Center for Health Solutions that says nearly 1 in 10 men experience depression and anxiety. Now that's 10% of the people they polled. You and I know that us men don't like talking about their feelings. So we could conservatively add another 20 to 30% of that. So we could say nearly about half of men have felt or are currently feeling depressed. In that same report, they say 60% of men experience at least one trauma in their life. Whether that's, loss of love, loss of a job, loss of a friend. There's been a lot of death lately with COVID and other illnesses, and now with war on the horizon. There's a lot of trauma. And then, in that same report, they say 49% of men feel more depressed than they're willing to admit. Now, everyone knows that that's the God-honest truth. Again, we men don't like talking about our feelings. We'll say, "Oh, we're fine. We're okay. It's not an issue. Don't worry about it. Baby, I'm okay." And a lot of that stems from the fact that for years, we've been trained, no one wants to listen to us. Nobody cares. Whether it's our friends, our family, our spouse, work, whoever, they just don't care. They don't care about us. They don't care about our feelings. And that's been reinforced throughout our entire lives. As children, something happens, whether it's painful, physically, mentally, or emotionally, a real man doesn't cry. A real man doesn't show emotion. A real man doesn't get upset. Which all that's bullshit. Let's be honest. It's a lie. It's the best sold lie in the world. And it's a falsehood. And it's destructive. And it all leads to depression. If we can't express how we feel in a healthy manner, then what ends up happening is we have to put that energy somewhere else. Be it, drugs, alcohol, porn, overeating, any kind of abusive relationship, whether it's an actual physical relationship or one that we just have attached ourselves to and we hide in. Video games, sports, whatever the case may be. And it's extremely unhealthy for not only the men, but for the people that we're in a relationship with. Our spouse, our kids, our friends, work, whatever. One of the best jobs I've had was also one of the ones I absolutely hated. I worked for an oil field company, and when I first got brought in, my supervisor and my manager were both really great people. I felt like I could contribute. I could at least talk to them. And they would take me seriously. Then the manager left. He moved on to bigger and better things, as is always the case. And we got a new manager. And that manager straight up said she would throw us under the bus to make herself look good. And I didn't think that, that she'd really do it until she did. But I never really felt like I was part of a team. I never really felt like I was making it better. Any issues we had, if it didn't involve her, she didn't care. Like, we had to handle everything ourselves. And then she would get pissed when we handled everything ourselves because she wanted to know everything. She treated us basically like, I guess you could say, furniture. When she needed us, we were there. If if we weren't quote unquote doing our job, she would be pissed. And I got very depressed in that job. And I had anxiety every time I saw her. I'm sure deep down she was a good person, but at work she was a tenacious bitch. She treated everybody like crap, and then complained whenever people called her out on it. Now, I'm not saying all women are like that. There are some men like that too. But I really liked that job. It was a great job, and I was good at it. But regardless of how good I was at it, I hated being there. I hated the drive to work. I hated coming home from work. I hated being there. All because I was very depressed and had high anxiety levels. I lived for the moments she wasn't at work. Nobody should feel that way. But a lot of men do. We're willing to put up with a lot of crap. Long hours, bad working environment, having to travel for work, being demeaned at work, because let's be honest, nobody cares. There was a woman who dressed up like a man because she thought that, if she did, she would, be better at it, or people would take her more seriously. Come to find out, she dressed like a man, got a brand new job, nobody gave two shits about her. Nobody cared about her opinion. Nobody opened the door for her. Nobody even asked how her day was. And after being a man for about 6 months, she realized, wow, men really have it crap. And in a lot of ways we do. But we're willing to put up with all that at work to make sure when we come home that our spouse, our kids, they have a roof over their head, they have food to eat, and they have the things they need to make themselves feel successful. We men are literally willing to kill ourselves in a slow, painful process to make sure our families are okay. And if we say anything about it, if we mention anything about it, if we try to fight against it, we're seen as less than men. On the flip side, social media, you just can't get away from it, from these soy boys and a lot of women who are just complaining about everything. But that's okay for them because they're on the quote-unquote right side of the narrative. So fellas, I don't care if you're gay or straight or bi. I really don't. What I hope each of you do is find someone you can talk to, someone you can vent to, who will offer that open ear, who will just listen to you. Whether it's your barber, whether it's, the boys in the poker league, whether it, whoever. Could be a priest, could be someone you don't even know. Just someone who will listen to you with no judgment, no expectation, no, oh, here's how to fix it. Someone who will just shut the fuck up and listen to you for 5-10 minutes. And I guarantee you, your life will be a lot better. Your relationship with your spouse or domestic partner will be a lot better. Having someone to talk to or some avenue to vent your frustrations is great. I started this podcast, and I don't even know who's listening, and to be frank, I don't care. But it helps me talk about the things going on in my life. And I truly hope that this not only continues to help me, but will continue to help other people. That, men will know that, they're not the only ones having these issues. And we can begin to heal ourselves and begin to create a community of men who want to support each other for the right reasons. Well, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, and I hope y'all have a good one.